Hello my loves, I'm Tara. Today we're going to go over how to perform Warrior 1 or Virabhadrasana 1. So Warrior 1 is a pretty foundational pose and is performed in many vinyasa yoga practices. So I know if you're new to yoga, sometimes the flows move pretty fast and it's hard to learn the poses while you're going. So the point of today's video is to kind of break down the movement so you can get used to it and feel what the correct alignment is. If you are new to yoga, I do have a yoga practice that is designed for beginners and I'll link that down below. If you like this kind of video, please give this video a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions on poses you want me to kind of go over alignment with, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe by hitting that subscribe button. Okay, and we'll get started on learning this pose. Okay, so for Warrior 1, you want to be in a decently wide stance. So your back foot, so you're not going to be up on the toes this way, so your back heel is going to be down and your toes are at a 45-degree angle. If that's not possible for you, then you can start by just keeping that heel lifted. That is okay. But proper Warrior 1, the heel is down, toes at that angle. So if you're in too short of a stance, sometimes what happens is then this knee starts tracking over your toes, and that's not really what we want. So if you come into a wider stance, then you keep that knee in better alignment. Okay, so another thing to think about is we want the hips, so these hip bones, we want them pointing forward toward the front of our mat. So returned this way. So if you're in your Warrior 1 and your hips start tracking out this way, you're kind of losing the alignment. So to keep yourself with hips pointing forward, the front knee, don't let it start to fall inward. Keep it pulling outward, and that'll keep this hip in alignment. With your back leg, keep that back leg turning down toward the mat, and that'll keep this hip going forward. Tuck the abdomen, drop the tailbone down so you're not overarching below back, okay? Last step is to raise the arms, so the arms will reach up. So you're reaching straight up toward the sky, keeping the shoulders pulling down and back so your shoulders are away from your ears. Chin slightly tucked in, looking straight forward. Okay? So some ways you can modify. Like I said, if you can't get the heel here, the heel down, go ahead and you can lift here. That's more of a crescent lunge, but it is a way to modify. That's okay. Or you can go ahead and you can take a shorter stance. But if you take that shorter stance, don't bend so far in the knee. Keep the knee slightly bent so that you can still see the front toes and then coming up this way. I'll show you on the other side. So that was the right side. So if we're doing the left side, it would kind of look like this. So you're here. So what people sometimes tend to do is they tend to like overarch here. So that's why you want to make sure you're dropping the tailbone, pulling the abs up and in, and then lifting here. So first what I want to say is with any pose in yoga, make sure you are breathing steady. So yoga is really focusing on the breath with movement. So we really want to have equal inhales and exhales, and we're never holding our breath while we're performing a pose. And also with any pose, you want to do what feels good for your body. So if something feels like it's not right for you, then there's usually plenty of ways to modify. If that's still not feeling right for you, then you can always take child's pose, take a downward dog, sit and just take a minute, but never push yourself to something that feels like it's not right for your body. So there's a lot that goes into alignment of each yoga pose. Even doing a downward dog or a child's pose, there are always little things that we can think about, but there's no like perfect pose. So we're working on our alignment each time that we come to the mat and practice. So don't get too attached to it needing to look perfect. We're just keeping in mind we want it to feel good for our bodies and keeping in mind things like safety-wise, like with the Warrior 1, making sure that we're keeping the knee in good alignment so we don't injure our knee. But we're going to work on each thing each time we come to the mat. And even the most practiced practitioner, I would say, even if they go back to a Warrior 1, there's still something that they'll find to work on. So just remember it is a practice and you will get there. So that goes over your Warrior 1. If you do have any questions, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. And then we will continue this series and going over alignment in other poses. I hope you guys have a beautiful day.